And with us right now, we've got Rene Zamora. And Rene, you are the president and founder of Sales Manager Now. You're on the web at salesmanagernow.com. Rene, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, my pleasure. Let's get to it.
Yeah, well, Rene, you and I started talking, and I'm like, Rene, I'm probably just going to ask you questions that I need to know based on what it is that you do. And so if you wouldn't mind, just kind of kick us off, what is Sales Manager Now?
We lead sales teams in small businesses. And so it's that simple. If you have a small business sales team and they don't have the leadership that you think you would like, maybe the leadership you thought you never could have, because we bring in senior level leaders who manage your team for a fraction of the cost. So there you go. We're a virtual shared sales management service, been doing it since 2006.
So explain a little bit more tactically what that looks like. So if I'm a business owner, I'm the founder, I've been historically doing all the sales, and I'm just burned out. Like we've got a lot of great opportunities, a lot of great activity happening, but it's kind of all resting on my shoulders. I'm sure I'm not illustrating an example that is that unusual for you.
No, there's actually two types of clients that will reach out to us. One that has been in business a long time, as many as 80 years. That's like one of our clients called us, we started working with them for over 5 years. So people that are established, have a sales team that want to break through a ceiling. Okay. And then there's folks that they have good traction in their business is working. But like you said, they haven't developed that department. And so we'll come in and build your sales department. Now that might sound like more than you need. And maybe your department's going to be 1, maybe it's going to be 2, but we're building it so it can be 3, 4, 5, 10. If that's your vision, that you want to actually have a business that you're not doing everything, you need to build that foundation right. Not everyone's willing to take the time to do that. We know how to do that, and we're pretty affordable. So we'll come and get it started, and we'll actually lead the team. So we'll manage that first person, second, and grow the team toward your vision. We don't come in and tell you how much, where you should grow your business. We look and get aligned with where you want to go and help you get there.
Yeah. So when someone engages with you, you've got your rates right on your site, and it looks like about $35,000 to $5,000 a month. And what do I get for that?
We're gonna do it. So if you think about it, so hiring, dealing with managing performance, sales meetings weekly, one-on-one meetings, catch-up meetings with you, being involved with your management team. So we are a member of the management team. So the other thing I'd like to dispel is, don't think of us as a coach, consultant, a trainer, advisor. All those are pretty much, I do that role also, and I'm hands off. I don't have any accountability when I'm in that role. But when I'm a sales manager, I'm accountable. That number goes on my back. That number goes with that team. And so I just described some points where you'll know we're present, but we're really present full time. The reason I like to use virtual shared sales management, because we are being shared with other companies, but we're available full time. So we're not part time. So we're not fractional. Our fees are fractional, but our availability is like any other corporate manager. They're not available every minute, but they should be able to get back to you at a reasonable amount of time, take care of it, schedule impromptu meetings, help the team when needed. But if we do our job well, the salespeople don't need us as much, because we're there to empower them to do their job, which is sell. We don't sell.
Yeah. What kind of hard skills would you look for when hiring a sales manager?
They need to care about the people, the hard skills. So, tell me more. When you say hard skills, what are you looking for?
Yeah. So I think back in the day, Tom Hopkins, back then, it's just like, do you know, these 10 different closing techniques, do you, it seemed a little bit more manipulative than it does today, in my experience.
Sure.
And today, it just seems like, it's like you're hiring so much more for personality, and the hard skills really are. And it's interesting that even when I asked that, it's like, wait a minute, let me get some clarification on what you mean by hard skills. Because I think if we were to talk about this 10, 20 years ago, and we talked about hard skills related to sales performance, oh, no question. We're talking like, Wolf of Wall Street, Glengarry, Glenn Ross,
Sure.
kind of, being able to really, shoehorn somebody into a close. Whereas today, I don't think that those skills are no longer relevant in my experience. And in fact, I think
Sure.
that would be a big net negative.
Well, I think, okay, so, and the question was about sales leadership, sales management, hard skills, correct? Because I can,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah. So I got it. I know what you're looking for. Okay, so you need to be able to set clear expectations that allow you to set clear reporting that will match up to that expectation. So it's not just about like, hey, be your best, do your best. And I believe in that. Be your best. Don't settle, right? But I need to have the reporting in place that allows not just me, but that salesperson to self-manage themselves. So I'm all about creating an accountable environment. So one hard skill is make sure you're clear on your expectations, clear on getting the reporting that matches up with that. Your sales process, these are all the fundamentals. Your sales process aligns with your expectations, because this is where you can get out of alignment. It's like building a big engine in a car. If you don't dial it in right, you'll blow the engine up, or it won't go very fast. So just expectations, accountable reporting, meetings, which have to have a cadence where you can measure and monitor that activity, and caring about the people, and your process aligns with it. So you just know where you're at. When you know where you're at and the owner of the company can look at that reporting, confidence builds and belief increases. When I walk into a company, what usually has happened is the belief has decreased. They like the people. They believe, I think these guys can do a good job for me, but the belief is watered down because of the lack of organization, which doesn't feed the information to build confidence and growth. So it's not that difficult.
Yeah, Rene, thank you. And I think I was kind of conflating a sales manager versus a frontline sales person.
I'll tell you that salesperson. I can tell you that too.
Yeah. So hard skills on a salesperson, like particularly, and what I'm really curious about is, how do I hire a great salesperson? How do I structure compensation, around that? And where do I go? Like, where do I begin to look for great sales talent?
Okay, well, you just go to the marketplace, and how you attract it is like anything else. You need to describe what you're looking for. So you need to have everything defined. What is that sales job you're looking? I might sound pretty boring sometimes. Get that job description clearly defined. Get that compensation clearly defined. So when a good talent is looking, they can quickly qualify. Should I even apply for this position? And then also understand your culture. You were referencing this book that I've read, and you're going to be reading this Traction book. They really get into understanding your core values and then being able to communicate what those are. So any applicant or any of your employees know, who are we? Do I want to work here? Do I want to work there? So you, in your advertisement, when you're going to market, it describes your job. It describes your culture. You got your comp range on there, and it's either something someone's looking for or not. It's either a good fit or not. You're not trying to talk anyone into being at your company unless they want to be there. So I'm always about, let them step first. I'll evaluate. And then when I see someone I like, then I start selling.
Right. And so when you say open market, so is it, are we looking
Indeed,
on Upwork? Or are we just,
no, I say,
okay.
Indeed, LinkedIn, whatever's hot at the current moment, wherever people are searching, for employment, then I just go there because I'm dealing with small businesses. There's so many people out there. We get bottled into thinking there's not a lot of great talent. There's a lot of great talent. You find great people. Let's be patient. But if you're clear and patient, it's like a good fisherman. If you know the fish are in the water, lay out a good lure, be patient, you'll get one.
Rene, in terms of compensation for sales associates, like, how do you normally recommend structuring base plus incentives?
Well, I'm going to refer everyone to an article, a blog on my website. It's called "You're paying your sales people how much," And it's my most popular blog. It goes into all the
Wow.
details of, should you be paying a salary? Should you be paying commission only? Where's the balance between salary and commission? What's the risk? Who's taking on the risk? So I'll explain that, whoever has the most risk, the company or the salesperson, they should earn more at the end of the day. So it's just understanding the business concepts, how to factor in your gross profit margin, what percentage is going to be allocated towards sales. So it's not just a gut feel. It's not just about using it as a motivational tool. It's about using it as a tool that's appropriate for the job. What's fair pay for this job? What are the goals? And if they hit those goals, what should they earn? And then you figure out the balance between salary and commission.
So if someone were to manage a team of sales associates, or maybe it's just one or two,
okay.
What typically goes into that job description or that role of sales management? Like, is it just, I'm going to set a goal and doggone it, you guys better hit this goal? First prize is a Cadillac Eldorado. Second prize, steak knives. Third prize, you're fired.
You're back to the Glengarry days. Okay.
I know, sorry. That's
Coffee
my
is for closers. It's really, to me, it's more engagement. So I'm always about, like I said before, building an environment of accountability. How do you do that? You get people involved. First, I need to understand so as a sales leader, I want to know where the company's going. I have to know where the company wants to go before I can have someone else want to follow me who's following the owner. All right. So then I get them involved. This is what the company asks us to produce, guys. So we need to produce $5 million. All right. What slice are you going to take? And we all talk it through. Who's going to take which slice? Some people are under, some people are over. But the end of the day this is our job. Someone else delivers stuff. We bring stuff, and so then we divide those goals, get buy-in, build strategies around it. As a sales leader, my job is really about bringing tools to help people be their best and removing obstacles. So I'm always about that. All right, what else do you need and what's in your way? Is it internal process? Is it we don't have the right market defined? Is it we're bad leaders and we need to clean up our act and communicate better? What is it? And so, but at the end of the day, I want you standing there and saying like, you know what? I have no excuses. I just need to do my job and get it done. And so, I don't know. Am I answering your question?
I believe so. Yes. My next question, Rene, is about retention. So, obviously you want to bring in great sales talent, but you don't want them hanging out for 90, 120 days and then they're out of here. So what can we do to kind of set everything up so that it becomes very rewarding? I mean, is it just about high compensation, or what other things should we as leaders have as we start to expand and bring in sales staff?
I'd refer back to the early part of the interview. Understand what culture, what is this position? What do you have to offer? Don't try to attract the star. Try to attract the right person that fits into your culture, that wants to work there. They will work their behinds off for you and they'll want to stay there a long time. If you're just trying to get a jolt and get that superstar in, you'll get a jolt and you'll always be at risk because that particular person is chasing a dollar, chasing, that next hurdle for them. And if you want a team player, if you're wanting to build for longevity, and maybe some of entrepreneurs, you want to build your business so you can sell it. And you want those employees to stick around. You want people that like the culture, not just like you, because you'll always take care of them when they come in and say, hey, I want a little more. So you got to build a culture and you got to know who you are and what you're trying to build.
Yeah. What kind of results, Rene, would you expect that you would see if right now, let's say there's poor management or no management, which I'm sure you've seen as well.
Yeah.
And then you start putting some structure and some systems in place. Like what sorts of things would a business start to see aside from, hey, we're making more sales? How about that?
Well, sometimes I'm serious. Sometimes that's all there is, because there's so much more involved. There's a reason why I also go in and fixed fee. I don't go in on commission, because the sales leader and the sales manager are not the only element that impacts more sales. we can go bring in more sales and the service doesn't get delivered and we make less sales again. And then we're fighting against that. So it varies from client to client. I mean, I have clients that have, I don't know, so they started at 4 million, they're at 10 million, but that's over 7 years, but that's a nice little hefty thing. A long time client, we were at 4 million for a long time. Others that were at 9 million, they're at 15 million. Some that one was at 2.2, a little stagnant there. They were up at 5 million, but they're probably going to go down because part of their business is in the conference and event business. So some of it's marketplace, right? Sometimes you get a little fortunate and sometimes you don't. So I'm realistic. We never promised 20%, 30% or anything. But people understand things get better and people do produce more. We expect more. What things I don't stand for is people not living up to their potential, poor leadership, and enabling either one of those. So if we can't make things improve, trying to get better, then probably need to find another manager.
Yeah. This might be a little outside of your focus, but what do you see working really well today when it comes to lead gen, appointment setting, kind of that discovery, that side of sales, which might be more of a function of marketing, but, to the extent.
It's really crossed over. I mean, because, before, just like you said, back in the old days, just go find that person, call them, be good at talking them into an appointment. That was pretty easy. I don't know, maybe not for everybody, it was for me. But today, working your networks, being a little bit more soft. I mean, people don't want to, unless they're absolutely ready to buy, sure, they're going to respond to something if they're just having total pain. But when you're prospecting, like on LinkedIn, which you need to do, you need to build up that network, start relationship conversations. I talk to my sales team, salespeople all the time. We're in a balancing where you still need to be pushing. You can't just be back and just post things and hope everyone just responds to you. You need to have some call to action, some assertiveness, but you also need to have that humble approaches, which is say just wanted to let you know, hey, look forward to staying in touch. Take care. You got to give people choice because that's how we buy now. We just type in, examine, think, act, or not. Examine, think, act. And so when it's distant, you can scare them away as quickly as, you can scare them away. You don't want to do that. It's a fine tune. But the other thing is always work referrals. So your customers, any contact, educate people on your value so they understand what they could share about you, not just at what you do, why you do it, the result you achieve, wins from past customers. So when they talk to their friends and network, they, Rene, he does this sales management thing. I can't remember all of it, but it sounded great. Here, go talk to him. But you have to educate them constant, so your key referral partners, make sure they're educated on a regular basis in an appropriate way they enjoy, so they can keep funneling you new opportunities.
Yeah. Well, Rene Zamora, again, your website, salesmanagernow.com. Anything else that people should look for when they go there? I actually see some really good resources here. What did I see? You can download a sales compensation builder. You've got a sales management guide you can download, discovery meeting form. Very, very cool. These are good resources. This is very helpful.
We'll do our best, man. We'll keep trying to help out, either with us working with you, or if you want to do it on your own, go download something.
That's great. Okay. Anything else that folks should look for?
Should look for, schedule a meeting. This is it. Look, one of the biggest failures, here's your big tip today. Failure to implement kills so many opportunities.
Yes.
So if you're out there thinking, maybe I need to look into this, well, you could either let it fade away and not implement it, or go ahead and schedule a meeting, do something, implement your idea. And if we're part of that idea, get it done.
All right. Rene Zamora, you're the president and founder of Sales Manager Now, and your book is Part-Time Sales Management, and that's on Amazon too. Rene, thanks so much for joining us.
Josh, thanks for having me. Take care.